Hello and welcome to Tori and Tarot. In today's video, we're going to do something a little different this time. If you've been watching my visual journal series for Tarot Healer, then you'll know that I've been in desperate need of some new markers. There's been many times where I've struggled to finish a picture because alcohol in the markers are drying up or they just plain didn't work anymore. So I decided to take advantage of Prime Day and buy myself a new set. I was a little nervous because I've been using those markers for so long now. Really, those markers didn't owe me anything. I think I've had them for probably 8 years now, so I've gotten a lot of use out of them. I still have them, so if this set here doesn't have a color that I need, I can hopefully find one in my old kit as well. So I thought I would explore these new markers by doing a review of them on here, so that way if you're looking for a new set that doesn't cost an arm and a leg or wanted to get into using alcohol markers, this might be a good option for you as well. Even without the Prime Day offer, these still weren't very expensive and they were definitely cheaper than my last set. So again, I was a little nervous going into these, but we'll see how they do in just a few moments. So the set that I have here, I'll pop up an image on screen of what they looked like on Amazon. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but you can see the name of it here. And it comes in this nice case. It's pretty sturdy. It's a heavy canvas case. And what I like about it the most is it's so compact and easy to carry around. The way that I had my markers before, they were just sorted by color in different bags in a big plastic tote that I'd have to lug around everywhere. So this is going to be much more convenient for me. And then just go ahead and unzipper it and open it up. And then you have all of your markers. Now, the one thing that bothered me the most, I think, when I first got these were the markers themselves weren't in any particular order. So if you notice on the screenshot I had up, it shows them all in numerical order. They did not come like that. They were kind of a mess. So I immediately went through, pulled them out, and put them in order by number for now. And we'll see if that continues to work for me. They're somewhat by color, but even that's a little bit varied. So as I work with them, I may even change how I have them now. But this at least allows me to look at everything and have a better way of swatching them, which we're going to do in this video as well. As you can see, they're nicely in here. They have a little give, but not nearly as bad as I was seeing in some reviews of other marker sets on the Amazon site. So that in itself will be convenient. I don't need them all flopping around while I'm trying to either do something for one of my videos or just artwork on the side. And from what I can tell, they're very similar to the markers that you're used to seeing me work with. Same shape, same size. You have your fine point here and your chisel end here. So I don't expect much change in that sense. One thing I'm main concerned with is the pigment, which is another reason why I'm going to go through and swatch them all. The other main reason we want to do that is you don't know if the color is actually going to match what is on here. So I want to know exactly what it's going to look like when I put it on the paper. Now, this set did come with pre-made grid where you can actually do that, but I'm going to be using the paper I've been working with while doing my tarot journal, because the type of paper that you use can affect how your marker looks when it's dry. So I want to make sure that I know exactly how it's going to look while I'm doing my art journal. Before we get into the actual swatching of this, just by looking, I can see that there is a nice variety of color here. All the colors of the rainbow represented. I even see some fluorescent here and some pastels, which I'm excited about because I didn't have those with my other markers. And another important part for me is going to be looking at this row here in particular to see how the skin tones actually come out, because I'm sure I'm going to be needing those for projects. So I'm going to go ahead and put this to the side. I'll bring out the grid that I did, and then I'm going to swatch them in order that they are in the case. after I got done swatching everything, I just went ahead and cut out the extra paper, so I just have this and can throw it right in my case, so I'll have it to refer back to whenever I'm working on a project. My first impressions of these markers are pretty good. They handle just like the ones I'm used to. The ink flows smoothly and the pigment is great on them. I am glad that I did swatch this because, as I was referring to before, some of the colors don't quite match what they show on the markers. I think the one I noticed the most was this one here, the 107. So according to the marker, it's supposed to look like this, a nice sandy color. But when you look at the swatch here, it doesn't show up as much on camera, but you can still kind of see it's much more orangey than it should be, and I would say darker as well. And I'm not overly impressed with the selection here, so I will probably be sticking with the kit that I have for my skin tone colors. So I'm glad that I still have those as backup, and I can always order those if I need to. But overall, I am impressed with this set, especially for what I paid for it. And it'll definitely alleviate some stress when I go to pick a color that I really like for a certain part of my project and getting any ink that's left out of them, or not being able to use it at all. So for now, that is my review of this marker set. I'm looking forward to using it in my next project, and we'll really be able to see what they do. We'll see how they blend and how it is filling up more than just a 3/4 inch square. And let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you've used these markers in the past and what your thoughts are on them, or if you have any recommendations for me as well. If you could just take a moment to like the video, share with anybody that is interested in alcohol markers, and subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. And hit the notification bell so that you're notified when my next video goes up. Until then, take care and be well.